Part 2 of the comparison of Shapton Pro 120, the Bester 220 and a Nanohone 200. I'm still working on the same Kiridashi. It's like a little bit later on. I did a lot of work. I was switching between among these three stones all the time just to see how they feel, how I think they are speed-wise, and I got the impression, hey, the Shapton actually feels slower than the other two, and I was a little bit confused. But the Nanohone feels the grittiest. It wears about as fast as the Bester. They seem to be comparable in size. The Nanohone may have a speed edge, but it's not much of a difference. But then I realized one thing with the Shapton. It is now, I have used it for a few minutes, and I just flushed it clean. I didn't flatten it or something. And just listen to the sound the steel makes on the stone, which has been used for a couple of minutes since last flattening. It sounds relatively smooth. The cutting speed is not bad, but it feels and sounds smooth. Now let me just, this is 140 or 50, 150 diamond plate, just give it a little bit of rubbing. Not much, that didn't remove much of material at all. I just leave it there and let's try the same again. Can you hear it? The stone is much coarser and cuts considerably faster. I mean considerably. So the best way, I think it is early phase after flattening. The Shapton is definitely faster than the other two stones. The thing is, depending on what you are doing, especially working on such a very large flat surface where you have large contact area between the material and the stone will eventually get a little bit glazed over, is my impression. It's not like immediately with few movements, but a couple of minutes. And in other words, to get most out of it in such a situation, you just have to take the plate back, rub the stone a little, not much, and keep working. And then you get again this fantastic speed which you are after. So my conclusion is, or preliminary conclusion, the Shapton is actually faster than the other two, but the surface needs to be kept rough. Don't try to flatten it with 400 grit diamond stone or something. I don't think it will do much good. Where the Shapton must shine, I haven't tried that part, is when you are repairing strongly damaged blade, like putting on a fresh tip or thinning behind the edge a knife which has been left really dull. So in an application when your contact area is relatively small, the stone will not get glazed over because the pressure is much larger and it will cut faster, while the other two stones, which are softer, would probably get deeper ridges. They did. I actually used the Bester for that kind of applications before. So I would say for a large surface grinding, like flattening, these other two are a little bit easier to use, but the Shapton is still, because it is harder, it is more precise. You get more exact image on the blade where it's flat and where it is not. So that would be my conclusion. They are different stones. The Shapton can be made faster than the other two, but you have to have either the right application or you have to coarsen it up, roughen it up a little every now and then with a plate, or you can have a piece of sandpaper lying next to on your table, 80 or 120 grit, and just few movements, and that would keep the Shapton really fast. The other two they don't need it. They release fresh particles fast enough so they don't get glazed over. Thank you.